up the Crimsons tonight inside the Lloyd Noble Center in women's college gymnastics. Alongside Olympian and Sooner legend Kelly Garrison Funderburg, I am Meg McDonald. #1 Oklahoma hosting #11 Alabama on senior night. It's the last meet of the regular season. It's the Crimson Tide versus the Crimson and Cream. Kelly, what are you looking for from these two teams to really accomplish a good score tonight?
Really, Meg, they have different agendas. Oklahoma, of course, they're trying to finalize their warm-up heading into postseason. Not only that, they're fatigued. They've been on the road. This is their third meet in 7 days. So they have to be fresh mentally and physically to try to just deal with all this exhaustion from being on the road. And then also, being senior night, it's emotional. I call that emotional fight night. So they have to work through those emotions. And then for Alabama, you know, they're on the cusp. They are just crescendoing right now. They've had such a tough early season, and now they're just peaking at the right time, and it's a good thing.
Senior night for the Oklahoma Sooners. They will honor 4 seniors in Ashley Hiller, Nicole Lehrman, Brenna Dow, and Alex Marks. This class 35-0 inside the Lloyd Noble Center, looking to keep that streak alive here at home tonight. And that brings us to our Sooner to watch in Brenna Dow, having a fantastic senior season.
She really has. I mean, you think, oh, she started off as a freshman, scored a 10, and then now as a senior, she's competing in the all-around. She's just blossoming. You know, when she came to Oklahoma as a young elite, she didn't really have as much of joy when she performed, and now you can just see her evolve and change, and it's just so fantastic to watch. She's just the epitome of maturing in college gymnastics.
Oklahoma will open up on vault, Alabama on bars. You're watching Sooner Women's Gymnastics presented by OU Extended Campus. As we welcome you back inside the Lloyd Noble Center, Alabama versus your #1 Oklahoma Sooners. Senior night for 4 seniors for Oklahoma, starting with Nicole Lehrman from Austin, Texas, having a great season so far.
She's really just been a steady one to all 4 years. It's going to be hard to watch her go because the Sooners can always count on her.
And as we get started, let's send it down to the 3rd member of our team, Emily Dunford, on a crazy week. Emily, thanks so much. As we get going, here's your senior, Nicole Lehrman, starting off on vault, upgraded this to a Yurchenko 1.5 just this season to get in this lineup.
Because you know it's so important to start off the competition in a bang, and she certainly did it. She sticks the first, and they're contagious when you watch these vaults, and the first one hits. It's exactly what the coach wants.
Wow, what a start for the Oklahoma Sooners. Nicole Lehrman sticking that vault.
How about that? You see smiles on all of the coaches' faces. Funny how just one performance can just set the environment for the rest of the night.
Here's Kylie Dixon, the sophomore from Spanish Fort, Alabama. She's 5'8", an incredible bar worker, though.
The great thing about watching someone that tall is, especially on bars, if they can swing, it's so beautiful to watch. And she's no different.
Has a big Takachev coming up at the end of her routine.
Still on the handstand. There's that huge Takachev, so high. You know, one thing I noticed watching the last couple of weeks, they've been missing some of the handstands, and so that's one key element. Oh, fight for that landing. One thing that they are going to be working on tonight is hitting those handstands. Every 10th counts.
Alabama is ranked 11th on bars, while Oklahoma's ranked #1 on vault. So no one's surprised when they put up 10-0 start values. And here's freshman Allie Stern. She also competes at Yurchenko 1.5.
You know, it's so critical for the Sooners to give all these younger classmen an opportunity to get that experience. I know Maggie Nichols has been resting a foot, and so giving these athletes the experience, they might very well be called on for postseason, and Allie Stern is one of the key players they would call up.
Nicole Lehrman goes 9-9 in that leadoff position. Great start for Oklahoma. As we wait Alabama's Dixon's leadoff score, here's a look at Lexi Graber, a sophomore from Cape Coral, Florida, trained at Coast Elite Gymnastics Academy. 2018 SEC all-freshman team last year. Has been a rock for Alabama, especially last year.
Absolutely. And, you know, she hasn't, whoa, she barely got that off the tip of her fingers. That shows her experience, and boy, she didn't get rattled at all. You can really tell an experienced gymnast if, when they're performing, if something doesn't go just right, they don't panic. She's, oh, right on the money.
Nice dismount. She's been dealing with a foot injury this season, so we'll see how many events we see her on tonight. But let's get to some keys presented by Riverwind. So tonight's Riverwind keys to the meet are, Kelly?
Well, we're looking at making sure that the lineup is finalized, hopefully going into postseason. The fatigue factor, recovering from all this exhaustion from traveling. Look here. Anastasia Webb, she nailed it in warm-up. You know, that's one of those things where you hit it in warm-ups, you're like, wow, I wish I had that one for the competitions, because you basically got to repeat it. Got to do it once again. So one of the things that they'll be looking for the keys to the meet is controlling that emotion for the seniors.
It is an emotional night, absolutely.
It is. You know, it's one of their last nights to compete in the Lloyd Noble Center, as a Sooner, here at home. And so they so want to just have it their best night. And sometimes they just try a little too hard is all. They just need to let it happen. Easier said than done.
Yes, absolutely. Graber goes 9.875. Dixon goes 9.825 in that leadoff position. And this is junior Winter Childers from Spearfish, South Dakota. And just wait for this bar dismount. It is awesome.
I'm glad you mentioned it, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Beautiful Maloney up to the high bar. Again, that Hansen's just a shy, short, a vertical, but watch here. Isn't that an interesting dismount? It's new for her, and I know that her coach, Ryan Roberts, has worked with her so intently on that to upgrade her dismount.
Anastasia Webb went 9.85 as we get set for Jade Degovea, junior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 2018 Vault All-American, season high 9.95.
She has been on fire this year, especially in Vault. The event, you think, gosh, does she even have the strength to get over there? She's so fit and small. Wow, look at that. She takes that landing. I love it. I really think that tonight could be a stellar night for Vault for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Here's another look at it.
You can see her get that lift off. Little bit of knees, soft in the air. Wasn't it perfect landing, but it was awfully close.
She has been able to find that landing or close to it just about every single competition this season.
Yeah, she really is on fire.
Here is senior Ari Guerra, a star for Alabama, trained at Texas Dreams, 2018 SEC floor champion. She is fun to watch.
She is, and she really creates her own energy, and that's one thing that Coach Dana Duckworth has talked about, staying in the Bama bubble, and which means to them is you create your own energy regardless where you are, stay focused, and she is a perfect example of that. A beautiful bar routine and totally perfect double layout. It just like clockwork. You can see her, see the energy. I know you're at home wanting to jump up off the couch right now. It's okay. Go ahead. We give you permission. Pretty exciting.
Just 2 weeks ago, her senior night at Alabama, she crushed it. She went 9.95 on vault, bars, and floor. As we bring you to Olivia Troutman back on vault for Oklahoma, back in the lineup from resting last week.
That's right. She has just been this phenomenal freshman gymnast coming to Oklahoma. She describes the environment here at Oklahoma just like family, and she has been, to me, a surprise, a great star. And I look forward to watching her for the next 4 years.
Jade Degovea went 9.9 on vault. Childers on bars went 9.875 as well. as Guerra, 9.875. So 3 9.875s on bars, 1 9.825 in Dixon in that leadoff. As this is Shay Mahoney Jr. from Algonquin, Illinois. She also does a Takachev at the end of her routine, so similar to what we've seen earlier.
Perfect handstand start, toe into hand, bail to hand. She knows where her handstand is. You can see right here, you have to have the endurance. Oh, I just looked down for a second, and all of a sudden she was off the bar. Perhaps we'll get a replay of that. I mean, it looks like she just kind of pinged off or slipped.
Wonder if her grip wasn't quite fully over the bar.
Perhaps.
They say football is a game of inches, but I'm telling you, gymnastics is a game of centimeters.
Right, no kidding. Such an unusual mistake. Do you know that's a 5-pound deduction? That's something they're just going to have to, wash off, brush off, and, pick back up with the next athlete.
And 6 athletes compete on all 4 events. Only 5 scores count. So if Alabama continues to do well after that set, they are able to drop that score. And this is Brenna Dow on her senior night on vault doing another Yurchenko 1.5.
She scored a 10 before. Oh! She might do it again. Look at that. Look at her face. I'm telling you right now, she is just a different person. Thank you, Coach Kendler. Thank you, Oklahoma, for bringing that out in her.
Wow, one more to look.
Watch. Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. Look, I love the background.
She's the Big 12 Gymnast of the Week, ranked 8th on vault in the country.
Yay!
Crowd's going pretty crazy. Looks like it's a 10 for Brenna Dow on her senior night to start out this night.
How perfect! How perfect! The crowd, they're on their feet. The team.
No better way to start off your senior night on your first event to get a 10.
Absolutely. What a memory.
You know what's even better? She can score a 10 on bars, too.
Right.
She has done it before.
Right. And, I mean, she can do it on floor.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be setting the stage for the rest of the night.
Mahoney goes 9.15 on bars. As we look to the anchor here for Alabama, Emily Gaskins. If she hits, Alabama will be able to drop that score.
Beautiful straddle Jaeger. It looks to me she might be holding back, a little conservative. Honestly, I don't blame her. They need this team score. It's not worth going for the complete gusto, but she nailed that landing.
Hey, just a freshman with all that pressure put on her.
Exactly.
They should be happy about that set.
Yeah, she handled it, and that's going to give her the confidence as a freshman going into SEC championship saying, I got this, I got your back. That's what college gymnastics is. It's so different than club gymnastics. They can count on you, and your teammates need to know that.
So there's Brenna Dow, the senior, who just scored a 10. Oklahoma goes 49.525 on this opening event. The Sooners dropped a 9.825, so that is pretty crazy. That's a pretty good team score to start off this meet. And Alabama will have an exhibition go for them, so this score does not count towards their team score. But like you mentioned, Kelly, in the Open, that as we head into postseason next week, this is a chance to finalize those lineups and give some people more reps.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what Griffin James is going to be doing tonight. I think she's up as an exhibitionist for 3 events. Oh, okay. I mean, this is exactly why they do this. And she is learning a lesson right this minute. How do I cover from this? How do I handle this? Thank goodness she's not the 6th girl up where they needed the score. It's so hard, Meg, as you know, you feel like it's a marathon bar routine when you fall.
Oh my gosh, it makes such a difference.
Wow. you know, she's really lucky. I can't believe she even went for that dismount. But again,
she was crooked.
You know, yeah, she was crooked, but she. Okay, you got to stay the course. So, you know, a good lesson learned, really.
Well, Alabama able to drop that score, so they go 49.275, which is pretty good, actually, and Oklahoma goes 49.525 on vault. There's one more look at Brenna Dow running.
Here we go.
And here is her 10-0 vault as we head into the next rotation. Oklahoma on bars, Alabama on vault. You're watching Sooner Women's Gymnastics. As we welcome you back to the Lloyd Noble Center, Oklahoma up on Alabama, 49.525 to 49.275. Here is another senior in Alex Marks from Cushing, Oklahoma. She said it was a dream for her dad and herself to be a Sooner, and look what she has done.
Absolutely, just a hometown hero she is, having done her gymnastics at Dynamo Gymnastics, and she really is peaking at the right time. The Sooners certainly needed her on the uneven bars this year, and she stepped right up to the plate. She is having an outstanding season. She not only has done bars this year, but in the past competed on vault and floor exercise.
Let's take a look at this week's upcoming Sooner athletic events brought to you by Red Carpet Charters. Baseball is at home versus Missouri State all weekend long. Men's tennis versus Charlotte. Women's tennis as well versus a top 10 team in Kansas. And softball next week versus North Texas. Great stuff for OU athletics. As we get set for bars, here's Oklahoma head coach KJ Kindler in her 13th season. The first coach to lead 2 programs to the Super 6. She's a 3-time National Coach of the Year, 12-time Big 12 Coach of the Year, and has coached 109 All-Americans. So just a casual resume there.
And just failed to mention 3-time NCAA National Champion.
Oh my gosh, excuse me.
Yes, yes. And so switching it up, even at this late in the season, I mean, that's part of their game plan for Alabama. Oklahoma, they're a little more consistent usually. This year's been a little different. But I know, having talked to Dana Duckworth about this, she said, yeah, we try to peak at the end.
Here's Shea Mahoney, the junior, has a really nice Yurchenko full here.
A perfect start, little bounce, but you know what? They need to be clean. They need to hit and little deduction as possible.
So what we saw from Oklahoma was all Yurchenko 1.5s, all 10-0 starts. But Alabama has a couple 10-0 starts, but their Yurchenko fulls that are 9.95s are really great. They have done really well.
They are. They're high, and they've been sticking their landings. And I watched video of them.
Here's Anastasia Webb leading off the Sooners on bars.
Anastasia has just been a great asset to the Sooner team. Not just on one event, but on all 4. You can see her bar routine, a double front with a half out.
Nice.
What a competitor. She had a not so great warm-up. Okay, I'm just going to say it, a bad warm-up. She did, and you could see concern in everyone's eyes. So for her to step up, that's what gave that big hug from Coach Kindler to say thank you for doing what you are capable of and bringing it at the right time.
Here's Abby Armbrecht, the senior from Alabama. Also does a Yurchenko full, but flares it out. So check this out.
A flare. Oh, not so much tonight.
No, not quite
so much tonight. You know, it is different when you go to different arenas and just. If you can't get that lift up off the table, you won't have time to flare. Flare means you're so high, you have to extend either your arms or your hips to kind of delay yourself in the air so you can land and not over-rotate.
Anastasia Webb opened up with a 9.9 as we look at senior Alex Marks on bars, capable of doing multiple releases, but sticks to this one.
Beautiful. Chapash right into a bail to handstand or overshoot the hand. One thing I love to watch is her form. And she, again, one of those tall gymnasts with these beautiful lines and a stuck landing. She is so paramount for the center team on the uneven bars. What a team player. Look at this landing. Nailed it.
Good bar routine on senior night.
You can see Lou Ball just, squeezing his fist like that a girl.
Here's Maddie Desch, the junior from Kansas, coming in that third spot, following a 9.825 and a 9.85.
Alabama's ranked number 9 in the country on vault. And honestly, I mean, they're doing a good vault. Their landings aren't as great as they could be. And so, there is room for improvement, is basically what I'm trying to get at. They're good vaults, but we need some stuck landings for them to get to that highest score. Really, they're fighting against Kentucky for that position, the fourth place position, which allows them to compete in the second session for the SEC championship.
Here's sophomore Carrie Thomas, transfer from Florida, becoming a staple in this bars lineup for Oklahoma.
She really has.
Very clean.
Sometimes I mistake her for some of the other girls because she just has improved so much over the year. Last meet, she fell on bars, and so this is a big meet for her to show her comeback and to show the staff.
Nice dismount.
That she does not get rattled, and that's what makes national championships, is when you don't get rattled.
Would love to know what Lou Ball is talking to her right now. Excuse me, transfer from Maryland, not Florida. She's from Florida. Alex Marks ties her career high with a 9.9 on bars as we head back to vault. This is a fun vault. Yurchenko double full. This is what is being competed on the international elite scene.
Well, and I talked to her coach, and she may indeed try out for the next Olympics. Yurchenko double full, nice. Very, very difficult vault. 10.0 start value, of course.
She's the 2018 vault silver medalist at Worlds, finished right behind Simone Biles.
How about that?
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. She's tumbling in some pretty high cotton.
Absolutely. Here's Brenna Dow, coming off a 10 already. Carrie Thomas goes 9.9, so 3 9.9s for Oklahoma to start off their bar lineup.
Brenna was on a world championship team, having medaled, and I mean, she has so much experience on the uneven bar, on every event, but she's known for her bars. She gets to pick and choose what skills she performs in her routine.
Lucky her, most gymnasts cannot say that.
She's really a patient gymnast, letting things happen. She's not forcing it. Little pop on the dismount, but stellar routine. Not a 10, but a stellar routine.
Still following 3 9.9s for Oklahoma.
Yet, when you glance up at the scores, you're like, wow. Wow.
Here's sophomore Lexi Graber. She does a Yurchenko 1.5 out of a 10.0 start.
And she had fought a foot injury, and so look at that.
Wow. Great vault. She opens up at the end of that 1.5, which you very rarely see.
Well, it's very hard to flare out or open
a
up.
Blind landing.
Yes. Double full, a back landing, much easier to do. But look right here, she opens, she even extends her hip angle.
Gorgeous.
Slow her down. I love that she throws her mouth open like, I love it.
What a nice vault. I honestly didn't really see a mistake in that entire vault.
Well, we'll see what the judges have to say.
That we will. That's their job. Here's Nicole Lehrman coming off a 9.9 on vault. She has scored a 10 on this event twice in her career, one of them being this season.
Well, as you and I both know, she has been national champion, NCAA national champion on the uneven bars, and you're about to see why. She's got these beautiful, long, stretched lines. Great technique. Just as solid as can be.
Comes down all the way to the toe point.
Yeah, just beautiful.
Together.
She just kind of landed in that handstand on the low bar. Just had all this air time. Look at the landing. Hey, she wants a 10.
She scored a 10 before. Let's see what the judges give her tonight.
But I love, again, I have to say this word. They are being very patient. And that's a foreign feel. I mean, it's very rare because you want to force it. I love to see that they're doing that. Even right here, stays down to show the stick.
Your senior Ari Guerra for Alabama also does a Yurchenko 1.5 and can also stick it. I've seen it done before. Following a 9.95 from Lexi Graber.
Let's see what she's got.
Oh,
you know what?
no.
Did you see that on the table? It's like her hand either slipped, her elbow bent. It just didn't seem right. She also struggled in warm-ups. I remember watching that now that I saw her fall. You know, sometimes, not every night is the night. She does seem just to be a touch, just fighting it a little bit. Not that in the groove and in the zone.
Capable of putting up a high score on vault. That's a bummer for her. As we go back to bars, Maggie Nichols has also scored a 10 on this event. She scored a 10 on every event. So update you on some scores. Brenna Dow goes 9.825. Nicole Lehrman 9.95. Setting up Maggie Nichols for maybe a big score here right now.
You know, that is one thing about Maggie. She's had this poise and control that you feel confident watching her. Just relaxed, it's like poetry in motion, just watching it happen. Like this is textbook. Every single time, she is on her game. On her game. Fully expect her to win a national championship on this event. She's too consistent and beautiful. She has the difficulty. She has the line. She's got it all.
Watch right here. Amazing routine.
Look. Right when you think, she did it again.
She does it every time.
I know it.
As we head back to vault, here's Griffin James doing an exhibition for Alabama.
She's wanting to come back after her fall on the uneven bars. Again, great experience. Yurchenko full. A touch off to the side, but all she's trying to do tonight is gain experience. So just being out there is what is her takeaway.
Ari Guerra goes 9.35 on vault in that anchor position. However, Alabama able to drop that score. They go 49.275. So they've had one fall on each event, but it's almost like it didn't happen because they're able to drop that score.
Well, and you know what, Meg, one thing that I've noticed is that they're so close to their highs, season high on each event. I mean, only by a 10.
Here's Jordan Draper, also doing an exhibition, the sophomore from Bedford, Texas, trying to make a name for herself on this team.
She's doing a great job. We've seen her on some of the other events, but it's so nice to see someone different on the uneven bars. For the Sooners, they're going to need, you can see that coming, especially from this angle. Just didn't quite have enough extension on the fall going into the double front. She'll get there. Just rushing it a little bit, anxious.
So that score will not be counted towards Oklahoma. Oklahoma drops Brenna Dow's 9.825 because they went 9.9, 9.9, 9.9, 9.95, 9.95, and the Sooners go 49.6 on bars, led by no one else but Maggie Nichols, finding every landing.
No doubt.
As we welcome you back inside the Lloyd Noble Center, number 1 Oklahoma hosting number 11 Alabama. Senior night for 4 Sooners here tonight. That's Ashley Hiller right there, a true Sooner as a transfer, but having a great time here at Oklahoma.
One thing that Coach Kindler was telling me is she absolutely loves gymnastics. Ashley does. She wants to be a gymnastic coach. She's such a team player. And it takes all that to create the whole team and the whole environment. It's not just the stars, but it takes everyone.
I love all the throwback pictures that we're showing tonight. All right, it's time for your Air Comfort Solutions score update. Halfway through, Alabama 98.55 to Oklahoma's 99.125, so about a 0.6 difference in OU's favor. But look at that, 49.525, 49.6 for OU on vault and bars. Alabama goes 49.275 on both events and escapes counting a fall on both of those events.
Right, it shows poise, it shows consistency regarding the score, not necessarily the...
Cracking that top 5, good for them.
Right.
6, Utah, 7, Michigan, 8, Georgia. Tied for 9th is Minnesota and Kentucky. And then 11, of course, is Alabama with a 196.820. And Olivia Troutman back in the leadoff position from not even traveling last week to both Michigan and Iowa State. Just KJ Kindler wanting her to rest. It's getting towards the end of the season.
What a great person to start off the Sooners. I mean, most freshmen do not want that role as going first up on balance team, but not this sweet Olivia. She enjoys the challenge, covets the position. A true sign of a leader.
So Brenna Dow will go 2, Nicole Lehrman 3, Carly Woodard 4, Anastasia Webb, and then Maggie Nichols on beam. For floor for Alabama, Maddie Desch, Shallon Olsen, Shay Mahoney, Abby Armbrecht, Lexi Graber, and Ari Guerra.
Just great gymnastics on both sides of the wheel. We get to watch amazing floor routines. Their tumbling is outstanding. And of course, the Sooners are known for their balance beam routines.
That they are.
Going first up is just not a position, as I mentioned, that most people want. It's nerve-wracking because it truly sets the stage for the rest of the team. If there's a major mistake or fall, then it just causes an additional pressure for the other 5 gymnasts. Olivia looks a little bit nervous, to be honest. This is a little unusual. I'm not used to seeing her this way. I think just getting this one off of her chest and getting back into the swing of things. It's at this point where you want to be extremely aggressive. Instead of trying to make it, you actually go harder than you think you need to.
She scored a 9.925 in this leadoff position before, which is incredible.
Right. She just has a really beautiful look about her, too. Gymnastically, visually. Oh, look at that dismount.
Floating up.
Yeah. You know what? What started off a little edgy, by the time halfway through the routine, she kind of got back on track. It's like that. It's almost like a deep breath had happened or something, and now it's like, oh, I can do this. I'm good on beam. I'm great on this event.
So Oklahoma's ranked number 1 on beam. Alabama's number 6 on floor. In terms of their best event when it comes to rankings, this is it. And this is Maddie Desch, Jr., trained at Gage Gymnastics, the same gym that Brenna Dow trained at, a very elite club.
I have been most impressed watching their tumbling. Lots of double layouts, full in, full out, coming up.
Nice.
Double pipe.
Maddie Desch was a member of Team USA, gold medal winning 2014 World Team.
Wow. A lot of experience. You know, it's something you see now in college gymnastics that you didn't see maybe 20 or 30 years ago as much. They're bringing a lot of international experience into the college scene, and that's what makes college gymnastics so fun to watch. The upbeat music. Here she goes into her lead. combination, which is a requirement. One thing I'll be interested to see if they take a deduction on it. She had quite a pause before she did that, and that is a new deduction for this season. Is if you pause for longer than a couple seconds, there's a deduction of 1/10 every time you do it. So be curious to see. Not uncommon before a tumbling pass, a little uncommon before a leap series.
Yeah, and Coach Duckworth said their first competition out that they got crushed on beam because of those pauses. So they went back, they reevaluated all their beam sets and changed a lot of things to prevent those pauses, and it almost seemed like they were going too fast because of it.
Right.
Back over to beam, Brenna Dowell having a night, 10-0 on vault, 9.825, as she has really become a staple in this beam lineup. It was one of her goals from the start, and she has finally done it this season, her senior year.
Just so impressed with how she wants to increase and get better. Beautiful, perfect.
Four-time All-American.
You know, there's just no status quo when you come to Oklahoma. I mean, they totally raise the bar. They expect that when you come to school here. You just get better and better year after year. I love her confidence. You can see it. Look at that skill. Full twisting back handspring. So hard.
You do not see that in the world of college gymnastics these days.
Yeah, you rarely see it in the world.
That's true. There you go.
It's a difficult. It's similar to a Miller, which back handspring half. Wow.
Nice. Big 12 Gymnast of the Week this week.
What a night for her.
Free showers excited for her.
I just kind of love her ho-hum. Look what I did. Here I go. And I mean, just, I haven't seen that in so long by a gymnast. It's just a natural, like, wow. All this, this is really great. I love it.
Now here's the freshman Shallon Olsen from Vancouver. Watch this opening pass. She goes double-double. It is by far the hardest tumbling pass in this competition tonight.
I know of only one other gymnast who does that in NCAA, and
Michaela Skinner?
Yeah. Watch here. 2 flips, 2 twists.
Oh, man.
And she makes it look easy. I'm like, make it look hard.
The entire premise of this sport is do hard things and make it look easy.
I know. Could you breathe hard or make a face? And she's just got a beautiful smile. All of her tumbling is difficult. Watch this next pass. Front tug. Look at this double back. It's almost like she counter-rotates. I mean, she has such technique. She knows just how high she needs to get.
And that set is crucial when it comes to double flipping.
You know, and I guess another takeaway for me is you look at her and you don't think, oh, man, what a powerhouse. I mean, she doesn't have this body type like a Simone Biles where you think, man, she's going to do a triple back or something. And
a triple back.
Well, she could. I'm not surprised. And look, double pipe. Okay.
Great routine.
Great gymnastics. Just wow.
Went to the 2016 Olympics in Rio.
For Canada. Representing Canada.
Here's a look at that opening pass, I believe. A double.
So there's the first flip and first twist, and the second flip and second twist.
Incredible.
You know, and Meg, she's not incredibly high. I mean, but she's still able to do all of that difficulty. as I would say, all in the same air.
Nicole Lehrman having a night. 9.9 on vault, 9.95 on bar. She's following Olivia Troutman's 9.85 and Brenna Dowell's 9.925 on her senior night on V.
Great scores to start off the Sooners, giving them comfort, confidence. You know, balance beam physically, it's really one of the, what I would consider an easier event. This is a mental event for most gymnasts. It's having the poise and the calm to not let your nerves get the best of you. Just do what you do every day in practice. Great slight off, and she was able to just connect that. No problem. Switch side. You know, she started off the year using a triple series and then has pulled it back to a back handspring layout, which she actually was having a little trouble with, so that was a great hit routine for her. Big confidence builder for her. And that will do it for Nicole Lehrman's night. She will not compete on the floor exercise. So what a meet for the senior on her senior night. One more look at her dismount. Beautiful routine. Gainer pull right off the side. And a stuck landing. Fantastic. Here's Shay Mahoney, the junior. You know, almost all of the Alabama girls have scored a 9.9 or 9.95 as their high school for the season. So whatever routine you watch for floor for Alabama, you know it's going to be great. Opens up with a double tuck, but guess what? She ends with a double pike as well. This Alabama tumbling team shows tremendous difficulty. They really do, and what fun, this type of floor music. It's normally something that's a little more for club gymnastics, but I love that she's bringing it to college because it makes you want to get up and, you know, pop your foot and snap your fingers. A full different leg. And then a music change. She's following Maddie Desch, who opened up 9.85, and Shalyn Olsen went 9.875. Little out of control on that. Not bad, but a touch. I love this combination right there of choreography. It looks really cool. Having a little fun. It truly is an honor. I noticed that all of the Alabama girls have chosen to wear the blue ribbon in their hair. I asked if Coach Kendler actually asked whether or not they should do that, you know, and suggested, would you please do this in honor of our trainer's husband, Dave Richardson? And the answer was no. Everyone has offered it on their own. Oh, that's really nice. It's just, you know, I love that the gymnastic community just loves on each other. Well, the gymnastics community knows how important the athletic trainer is to every single team. They are vital to the team's success. Well, they certainly couldn't do it without Jen Richardson. And no way. You know, it's great to let her know that, you know, the whole community has her back, not just the Sooner family. Here's sophomore Carly Woodard getting ready for this awesome flight series. Love it. Aerial cartwheel right into a back handspring. It's difficult because you're doing a twisting element and then you have to stop that direction and go back. She's the Big 12 Specialist of the Week this week. I honestly don't think we have seen the very best of her just yet in her career. I think there's going to be a lot more from her on the balance beam. Her talent is there, flexibility, her difficulty. She's capable of 4 different flight series, which is impressive in itself. Right. Yeah, some don't even have one. They're struggling to find one. Oh, yeah, that was me for sure, Kelly. This is exactly what I think Coach Kindler and the Sooners want leading into postseason. It's a real consistent, confident performance on every event tonight, especially with the lack of training really that's gone into it.
It has been a crazy week, that's for sure. There's a look at Jen Richardson, the athletic trainer for the Oklahoma women's gymnastics team. Does so much for this team and unfortunately lost her husband, Dave, to colon cancer just a few weeks ago. So it's been a tough time for the Oklahoma Sooners. As we head back over to floor, senior Abby Armbrecht, pursuing a master's degree right now. So not just a full-time D1 athlete. She graduated in 3 years and is pursuing a master's in marketing.
Right. That certainly says something about her other than just her beautiful ability in gymnastics. I love this floor music.
I do too.
So unique.
She's very artistic.
Well, and I'm kind of trying to be quiet so people can hear it. Stairway to Heaven. Interesting way they get out of that last pass, or that second pass. There she is, last tumbling pass, Rudy right into a double stag. That's a bonus combination.
Just a little Led Zeppelin here tonight.
Love it. Who knew? This gorgeous gymnastic routine to Led Zeppelin.
So Mahoney went 9.825 before her. Nicole Lehrman goes 9.9. Carly Woodard also goes 9.9. Heading back over to beam, Anastasia Webb, the sophomore on beam. She's ranked 9th on this event. She is beautiful on the balance beam.
Honestly, there's just not an event that I don't enjoy watching her.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
She's just, I mean, if you have to pick just one, I guess I'm going to go for floor. But I also love her on beam because it's just it's the way she moves.
She has scored a 10 on this event before.
Here she prepares for flight. Series, back handspring. Right into the layout. She's just generally a consistent, steady Eddie when you watch her. But she does bring something else to her. I mean, there's an element to her that just commands the audience. I mean, makes people want to watch her. You're just striking.
Captivating.
Yeah, captivating. Beautiful switch leap right into just a switch leap, or a leap. But because she's oversplit, so gorgeous. Here's the dismount. Wow,
Nice routine.
right, really nice. Like to maybe see her chest up just a touch on the dismount, if I'm being uber picky. But it was a great routine.
Following a pair of 9.9s for Anastasia Webb, too. This is where the team aspect comes in. You want to set your teammate up for a big score by scoring big yourself.
Right, so you start off 9.85, and then it's just going, it's continued 9.9, 9.9, 9.9. You know, like, I love that 9.9 broken record. I bet Coach Kindler does, too.
Oh, I bet she does. Here's Lexi Graber, the sophomore. On the floor exercise, 2018 NCAA Regional All-Around Champion.
Well, she's a bottle of, wow, of pizzazz. I mean, she is just a ball of fire.
Has had to deal with a foot injury this season, so hasn't competed all around every single meet, but excited to see her really do well here tonight.
I love that combination. It's so unusual to see a switch side and landing on one foot rather than two. It's just sometimes the small things that separate one gymnast to the next. Something your mom or grandma wouldn't notice exactly, but it's pretty unique. Great tumbler, great dancer, has expression. Front layout right to front full, and she just dances right out of it. It's like her energy is limitless. This is where things can't pause, and she just took right off, which was great. Look at the double pike.
A little bit of knees in that double pike.
That's right. And I mean, if there's one tiny little thing you think, how could they improve? Where could they improve? It would just be form in different places, and maybe having the chest up on some of the landings, I've noticed.
And here is the infamous Maggie Nichols. She is a Sooner fan favorite, won the 2018 all-around title with a, look at this, 39.8125. She's scored 10s on everything. The list goes on and on and on about Maggie Nichols.
I didn't even know there was a thing called a gym slam. Taking a 10 on.
She's done it twice.
Right.
The only gymnast in the country in NCAA history to have done 2 gym slams. So scoring a 10 on every single event in both her freshman season and her sophomore season.
You know they're good when you're just sitting here and you got your mouth kind of half open, just watching. I'm like, I'm supposed to be talking here. I mean, she's amazing. Beautiful. Sometimes I think if she would just kind of lift her eyebrow and kind of, okay, she did.
Wow. And she delivered right on cue, Kelly.
On command. How about that?
Anastasia Webb went 9.875 before Maggie.
I love to see Maggie actually getting prepared for postseason. You can see that. She's in a little bit better shape than she was earlier in the year. Nice.
Way to hold on to that.
Yeah. She's like, okay, you're welcome.
You're welcome for gracing your presence with my beam routine.
You're welcome, Coach Kendler. Do you need a 10? Okay. I'm not saying this is a 10, but it's awfully darn close. Right there, she needs to get those feet together. I'm just going to tell you, Maggie, get your feet together. You want a 10. She might get one anyway, but she definitely would if her feet were perfectly together.
Here's Ari Guerra, the senior, 2018 SEC floor champion on top of a 2018 All-SEC first team. And watch this opening pass. She does a double layout. The same pass as Olivia Troutman, actually.
You know, Ari's had a tough night, so it'd be really nice to see her just nail this routine.
Here we go.
Double lay. Well, a little short. I mean, when the chest is down, the feet are behind you upon landing, that's a good 10th and a half off.
Lexi Graber went 9.85 in that 5th spot.
You know, what I love, though, about her is that, I mean, she is one tough cookie. I mean, she has not given up. She is really fighting for it. You know, sometimes it's just not, you're just not totally on. And she's not having a bad night. I mean, terrible. It's just not as easy. And it's emotionally hard to come back from like a senior night and having 995, you know, on all 3 events. She is such a fan favorite when she competes at home. Boy, the crowd goes nuts. Nice ending double pike and fighting through it, and she made it. Good routine.
Good for her. So Maggie Nichols goes 9.975 on beam. Hey, one of those judges gave her a 10.
I know it. Gonna have to talk to her. That's the standard.
One more look at Guerra's last pass in that double pike.
I guess when you're a beamer, you have a lot of expectations for another. If you've scored a 10, you expect everyone to, for it to be just absolutely perfect. So she's close.
And now we have a few exhibition routines for both teams here tonight. Here's Evie Schofer from Ames, Iowa, just competed in her hometown on Monday at Iowa State.
Love this combination here. Backhand layout.
Triple flight. Career high 9.875 on this event for Evie.
She just looks a little raw to me. I mean, like, hopeful versus I got this. And that will come. The more she gets up and performs on beam in front of a big crowd, big competitions, she'll gain that. You can see a difference when she's performing on other events. Good. Great landing. Great landing. Yeah, she's trying to set herself up for when needed this year, definitely for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. So that score not counting towards the team score. OU goes 49.575 on beam. Alabama goes 49.3 on floor with Ari Garrett's 9.825. As we head to another exhibition routine. This is Griffin James opening up with a nice double pike.
Nice. I love how she moved right out of it so quickly. Engaging music, especially for a younger audience.
The freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia. 5-time Virginia State champion.
Wow.
Training at Jim Strada.
I like how she brings that performance from head to toe.
It was so fast in that routine.
She does. She really moves very quickly,
Yeah.
which is it's a bonus for her because the judges will miss things if they blink.
Yeah.
I also notice how she's kind of is theatrical and pauses and really uses her music to capture someone's attention. Wow. You can see that was probably not going to make it, but it was close. All I can think is get out those arms, push off your arms going into that last tumble back. It's not what she wanted, but again, I mean, it's a learning lesson. Here's Ashley.
Another exhibition routine. Ashley Hiller, the senior from Houston, Texas, has not competed for Oklahoma. Well, making her beam debut as an exhibition here tonight. In front of all her friends and family. They're all here for her senior night.
Gosh, what pressure. She's such a little thing. 4'11". Backhand spring layout. You go,
Nice.
girl.
Triple flight. Nails it.
You can see the team in the background just wants it so desperately for her to hit. Come on, pull up. Pull up.
Good.
Nice.
We're like rooting for her over here.
That's because you feel for her. You know, you want people to. They've worked so hard. Most of them probably 14, 15 years in gymnastics. We understand the dedication, the hard work that it takes. So you just want it.
She looks like she's done this a lot.
No doubt.
She looks confident
Makes
up
you
there.
wonder if Coach Keller's thinking, what was I thinking? Well,
wow.
Beautiful routine.
Look at her feet.
Way to finish.
Arguably the hardest beam lineup to press if you're not in it. Look at her teammates.
I mean, that is better than puppies. I know. I mean, they're just so happy and excited for her.
Wow, that's great. We have one more exhibition routine for Alabama on floor. Tia Kiaku.
Seeing just a few replays, it looks like, for balance beam. But watch this girl. Good opening double pike.
Sophomore from Apex, North Carolina. Season high with Alabama, 9.825 on this event.
This music is great, very fitting and very... What?
Has some swagger to her, that's for sure.
And some height. Did you see those leaps? She had to have gone 2 feet over on her lift on those leaps. Second pass, full of the front leg. Trying to stick it, I think, maybe a little too hard, or maybe her feet were just in front of her a touch, so she was a tad bit short. Oh. What I like is how she's combining her dance, but it's in a classy way. It's not just, like street dancing and throwing in some tumbling passes. I really like the way that was combined together.
So a lot of exhibition routines here tonight for both Oklahoma and Alabama. Really happy for Ashley Hiller. She had a great beam set. So OU goes 49.575 on the balance beam. Alabama goes 49.3 on the floor exercise. So about a little over 0.8 of a point between these two teams as they head into the final rotation. And there's Brenna Dow, Nicole Lehrman. The senior class was great tonight on this event. Specifically, Anastasia Webb, the sophomore, just being her studly self on this event as well. And we have one more event coming up here on Sooner Women's Gymnastics presented by OU Extended Campus. We welcome you back to the Lloyd Noble Center, heading into the final rotation for women's college gymnastics. Number 1 Oklahoma and number 11 Alabama. Less than a point between these two teams heading into the 4th rotation. A senior night. This is our 4th and final senior for the Sooners. Brenna Dow from Odessa, Missouri. She has had an amazing career both collegiately and in the elite world.
She is just, like you said, had a stellar year, senior year, but also just, and she did it a different way because she came here as a freshman, had a great year, got her first 10 as a true freshman, and then she goes back and tries to make the Olympic team for 2016, so she forfeits that year, and then comes back to Oklahoma and finds her joy here and does her best gymnastics.
Here's the projected floor lineup for Oklahoma. Anastasia Webb will be the leadoff. Jordan Draper, Emma LaPinta, Jade Degovea, Brenna Dow, and Olivia Troutman back in that floor lineup. And here's a look at the beam lineup for Alabama with Alonza Crawford in the leadoff, competing for the first time tonight. Shalyn Olsen, Winter Childers, Abby Armbrecht, Maddie Desch, and Lexi Graber.
Alonza is a specialist for balance beam, and I always think that is so amazing because you have to wait the whole meet and then all of a sudden do one event.
She's very beautiful on this event.
Beautiful turn.
Season high 9.875 in the leadoff position.
And that was just smooth as silk. Front aerial, right into the back handspring. I just love the way she moves. It's very, with ease. And so you feel comfortable watching. You're not nervous, even as a spectator.
Very steady Eddie up there.
Catley, aerial, full.
Nice start off for Alabama.
And Alabama's ranked number 14. This is truly actually their weakest event for them. And so it's a tough area. So to start off like that is exactly what they're looking for.
As we head back over to Anastasia Webb leading off the Sooners on this event. Oklahoma's ranked number 1 overall, number 1 on vault, number 1 on bars, number 1 on beam. And oh my goodness, number 3 on floor. I think a lot of teams would love to be in that situation for sure.
Well, here is Miss Captivating.
2018 floor All-American. This routine is great. One of my favorites.
That's all there is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get up. She's so I don't know what's the word, inspiring. You just like, okay, I'll do whatever you say. Demanding, kind of.
She demands your attention.
She does,
for sure.
absolutely. And it's a combination of the choreography, the tumbling. It's everything. It's her look. Just enjoy. Little out of control with her upper body. I'm not sure she realizes how great she is.
You know, I've heard KJ say she doesn't. But just a sophomore, so she has time to learn how great she is.
Right. Okay, you are it, sweetie. Great start for the Sinners.
Alonza Cloffer opens up Alabama's beam rotation with a 9.85, so that's a great score for them. And next up for Alabama, Shalyn Olsen. Again, we've mentioned how she has the most difficult vault, the most difficult floor, and one more time, she has the most difficult beam in this competition. Just a triple series, her dismount, a double pike. It's incredible.
And it's not just a double pike, it's the way she gets into it. So there's a lot of tumbling going on from this in this beam routine. Watch. Backhand lay.
You talk about confidence. No question.
No fear, no doubt. She makes it look like the beam's about a foot wide. Like she's doing it on the floor.
Now, I believe she does want to keep pursuing the elite career, which is why she's throwing these big tricks.
Well, not many people do that. I mean, I actually was one of the few that did it, and so it's hard because you have to peak not only for NCAA season, but then the elite season, there's that awesome hard dismount. Wow. She should be jumping up and down. Matter of fact, everyone in the stands should be jumping up and down. I don't think they realize how great she is, how hard what she's doing. Look at that. Just back handspring to a back handspring to a foot to a stuck double pike. Are you kidding me? Really great.
The hardest routine in all of this competition tonight as we head back to floor. Jordan Draper, sophomore, going in that number 2 spot, following a 9.9 from Anastasia Webb. These two coaches have somewhat similar theories when it comes to lineups. They don't always put their best gymnast 6th.
Right. Not exactly know why, but I'll tell you what, I really enjoy watching Jordan step it up for the Sinners. She's bringing an energy like is so needed and desired, and that's the way her routine has been choreographed. That's again how when I say at Oklahoma you get better. This is a perfect example of that. I have a feeling Coach Kindler probably gave her a talking to mid-season and said, you know, let's get a show on the road here. Let's sharpen up and put some more energy. And it shows. Her scores show it. Her performance show it. It's really great.
She only competes 2 tumbling passes, but if you meet all of the requirements, 2 are only necessary.
Absolutely. Wish my coach had offered that.
Right? I wish I learned how to do 2 tumbling passes. That third pass was always a struggle.
Absolutely.
It may only be a minute and a half, but it seems like a tiring minute and a half.
It sure does.
Head back over to beam Winter Childers, the junior.
Switch the red into a sheep jump. What makes that difficult? Your eyes leave the balance beam, throw your head back, and then have to find the landing. Wow, nice and high. Backhand lay.
Olsen goes 9.95 in that number 2 spot.
A That's impressive.
Really impressive.
You know, what's interesting is that, I mean, so far, Alabama looks rock solid. Really pretty. On the balance beams, and interestingly enough, their ranking does not reflect that, or their scores in general. I mean, their high score for the season.
Nice routine.
Excellent.
Winter Childers.
This is exactly what they are looking for coming in tonight, and probably put money on the fact that if they keep this up, they're going to set a new season record.
Here's Emma LaPinta, freshman from Frisco, Texas.
Go ahead.
Does an awesome triple full in that opening pass. And it's gotten better. It gets better as the season has progressed.
Well, I do think that she has started to gain more confidence, and you know, that's what happens when you compete college. You know, if you're competing every weekend, you either get better or you get worse. I mean, it helps a lot of gymnasts with their consistency.
And there it was, the triple full.
You just don't see that very often in college gymnastics anymore.
If you don't have perfect technique, it can be going south quickly, and it was great.
Right. You know, something I've noticed with Emma is that one tumbling pass will be great, and then there might be a flub on something else. And so I'm starting to see how she's really bringing the whole routine together. Starting to enjoy it. You can see with her, she used to look like a little scared rabbit out there, but she's really doing great. Oh, come on, set. Nice.
When she competed her floor routine in the UCLA meet, I think KJ Kindler jumped about 4 feet in the air when she landed that double tuck. And KJ really gave a lot of credit to Emma in that win. Right.
Yeah. Well, you're exactly right. I mean, there was a struggle going into the last event, and Emma pulled it through.
As we head back over to beam, senior Abby Armbrecht, following a 9-9 from Winter Childers. So, wow, Alabama's gone 9-8-5, 9-9-5, and 9-9 in the first 3 competitors.
It's almost like I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx it for them, you know. I mean, they're doing so great.
I know. I would love to see them kill the rest of this event.
You know, it's at this point when you're like, okay, if I just hit, and that's the last thing you should be saying instead of thinking of the element that you're doing in your routine, how to make it great, thinking of, oh no. Wow. Okay. Not a routine that they have to count. There's still plenty of opportunity to get that score that they need.
I don't think this meet reflects their senior class, because this senior class is really a strong senior class.
I agree. Look at that double full. Right. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that you don't see more double fulls, because the full and a half to me is so much harder to land, and even though it is the same value as a double full, I'm like, why not throw a double full and stick it?
As we head back over to floor, Jordan Draper went 9-9, Emma LaPinta 9-8-5. This is Jade Degovea, has a career high 9-9-7-5 on the floor.
Yeah, she's close. She's real close.
She has blossomed this season.
I agree. Yeah.
On both vault and floor. Struggled with a couple injuries her freshman and sophomore season. Was a little frustrated. No one wanted it more than Jade did to get back in these lineups, and this junior season she has been killing it.
Well, and she's proven why she's here. I mean, what she was recruited for. I mean, such a different look about her too.
Screams confidence.
Doesn't it though? missing that opportunity to stare in the camera. Textbook. Clean, beautiful oversplit. You know, it amazes me how Coach Kindler can find the right choreography for each athlete. And she really outdid herself, I think, with Jade's routine this year. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was like, that's so cool.
Hey, and we have a little one happy in the background, too.
It's almost, she too makes it look so easy that I'm like, can you make it look harder?
No way.
Right. Never let them see you sweat.
As we head back over to beam, Maddie Desch.
All right, so the pressure is on, and
yeah, so Abby Armbrecht goes 9.225 with that fall. So Desch looking to get her team back on track, has a season high 9.9. Excuse me, career high 9.9.
Well, she's doing a solid routine so far. Knowing what they want out of this competition and having to follow a fall. She's showing a lot of composure about her and the way she's performing. A lot of cheering. Look at that. Stack perfect.
Just what the team needed.
Yeah, clean. Perfect. Great routine. Sure. Coach Duckworth is breathing one sigh of relief. I have to have another routine, but at least that's one.
One step at a time. One step at a time. As we head back over to floor for the senior Brenna Dowell, her final routine inside the Lloyd Noble Center, and she starts off with a skill named after her.
How about that?
How about that?
I think I'll just go do the dowel today.
So cool.
It is.
I mean, that's a bucket list. Here we go.
All right. Front handspring double pike.
Yes.
Nice.
Right on the money. She actually fell on that on Monday night, but I think that would have more to do with fatigue because they competed at Michigan 2 days before.
Right.
And she's a senior. I believe she's 23. Yeah, because she deferred that 1 year.
Oh, wow. Antique.
In this sport.
I know. I know. This is another example of how Coach Kindler finds the best type of choreography for each athlete. I mean, this, you know, it's so different than Jade and so different than Anastasia or Jordan. But it's perfect for her. I love the guy dancing in the background. That's what it's all about. Exactly. Dude.
I think he knows where the cameras are.
Fun. Last pass. Enhancing. Full. Perfect on the money with jumping right out of it.
Talk about a career for senior Brenna Dowell. The final time she will compete in the regular season. They will host Big 12s next week.
Which I'm sure everyone's going to be attending. So we'll all see you here.
Nice routine.
That's perfect landing. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, her feet are like stuck in glue and she hit the ground.
So back over to beam. This is Lexi Graber.
She's having a good night.
Following a 9.825 from Desch. Getting the tide back to where they want to be.
Wow. It's hard. Back handspring right into it. Looks like a back pike.
depending on what the judges give her.
Yeah. It's a little tentative. You can see that. Just a hair. In the background, you can hear all this chatter and cheering, which is great to know. I love that. That was neat.
Has a career high 9.9 on beam.
Oh, her dismount may determine that whether she scores it again.
I love when the gymnasts end with one leg.
Right, front toss to one leg. It's impressive for sure. It'll be close, but I'm pretty confident that's going to, depending on that score, will beat her. That their season high is only a 49.275. So,
yeah. And so they're at 48.75 counting a fall before that routine. So that should be interesting to see. All right, Olivia Troutman, the freshman phenom, the anchor on the floor exercise, had scored a 10 on this event just about a month ago in the Perfect 10 Challenge. So we'll see what she does, opening up with a double layout.
Wow. Again, she kind of makes it look easy, too. You know, I have dreams about doing double layouts. I think, oh, I'm going to do a double layout. yeah. I don't know why. Probably because I never competed one, but I certainly think I can now.
Hey, I bet you can. She's third in the country on floor.
She looks like she jogs into her tumbling pass. I'd be like running like the boogeyman was chasing me, you know? I mean, she's just like really gifted.
Trained at the same gym that Maggie Nichols trained at in Minnesota. Good friends before being teammates at Oklahoma because they were teammates in club. Renadal went 9.95.
Wow, good. Here's that last double top.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
What a rotation.
What a night. What a night. For both teams. What a night.
Here's one more look at her opening double layout. Wow, and Alabama goes 49.4
Yes.
on the beam. Way
Yes.
to close out the competition.
You know, they accomplished exactly what they were looking for to do coming into tonight.
Big hugs for freshman Olivia Troutman as we wait her score, 49.575, because Troutman goes 9.95. So look at these scores, 9.9, 9.9, 9.85, 9.875, 9.95, 9.95. Great night for Oklahoma and Alabama. All right, after the break, we'll wrap up everything for senior night. You are watching Sooner Women's Gymnastics presented by the OU Extended Campus. Degrees online, on site, on your schedule. Become the tradition.
A reminder, we are hosting the Big 12 Championship next Saturday.
As we welcome you back to the Lloyd Noble Center to wrap up this entire competition, here are your final match score stats brought to you by Taco Mayo Fresh Mix. What a night. Oklahoma goes 198.275 for the win. Alabama picks up their season high, though, 197.25, peaking at the right time for the Tide. And look at these scores, 49.525 on vault for the Sooners, 49.6 on bars, 49.575 on beam, 49.575 on floor exercise. Talk about consistency for the Oklahoma Sooners tonight.
Right when you think they can't do it again, they do it again. And what a big win for Alabama. I mean, a score for Alabama. That was a win in their books. I think they come in tonight knowing that the chances of beating the Sooners was going to be extremely hard. You can see that with the difference in score of 1 whole point. But they got what they came in here to achieve. And the Sooners, they came in and showed what they're made of.
And here are a look at some of the highlights that went down inside the Lloyd Noble Center. This is the routine of the night, brought to you by Love's Brenna Dow on vault, scoring a perfect 10.
What a night for her. How exciting to score a perfect 10. No better night than senior night.
Hey, she goes 49.7 in the all-around, 10 on vault, 9825 bars, 9925 on beam, and 995.
39.
Excuse me, not bar 39. Yes, as we head to Nicole Lehrman on bars.
Beautiful. She is clockwork, and she knows it. And gosh, it's so hard to see her as a senior. You just don't want to let her go. She's just consistent and beautiful.
And of course, Maggie Nichols on bars and balance beam. It's clockwork for the student athlete.
Look how high that Tkachev was. Everything about her. Clean, straight, stuck. Perfection.
And then we'll head over to beam for Maggie Nichols, doing her flight series right on the money.
She really looks in a great place gymnastically. I just can't say enough about how she's really coming into the latter part of the season.
And here's Olivia Troutman on the floor exercise, the freshman anchor for the Sooners.
Who knew when bringing Olivia Troutman here, she would be scoring 10s and being the anchor for this highly developed team. She's the best.
So OU goes 198.275 to Bama's 197.25. Brenna Dow wins the all-around with a 39.7. What a senior night for the 4 Oklahoma Sooners. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks so much to Emily Dunford on the floor, my partner Kelly Garrison Funderburg, and our producer Zach Tilley. I'm Meg McDonald. Sooners win the last regular season meet of the 2019 season on senior night. We will see you next time, Sooner Nation.